What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. Today I started working on the gorgeous, beautiful, amazing condition Gay Time that I brought back from New Jersey. This game had an issue. The control unit motor, which drives the brain of the game, was not turning. Knowing that this was the case, I went ahead and got a spare control unit motor that would function in this game from Dennis Dodell. Over the next episode or two, I'm going to talk about exactly how you change a motor in a Bally Bingo. But before I did that, I wanted to touch on something which I've talked about before, and that's how incredibly simple Bally made maintenance of these beautiful games. I've talked before about how the one-ball horse race games, and Vic Camp talked about on the episode last night, about the little shelf that comes out of the front door with the kickstand that allows you to work on the horse race games very simply. Well, the bingos kind of took that up a step. Since everything is in the head of the game, except for the lifter motor and a couple other odds and ends, you're pretty much standing up the whole time you're working on it. There's very few things you need to bend over and look at, anything of that nature. So you walk up to a bingo, and even if it's pushed against the wall, if you take the side rail off, remove the back glass, you can fold down the back panel, the panel with all the lamps in it. This allows you to access all of the mechanisms behind the bingo card that allow the numbers to move or change lamps, etc. But in the center is a control unit. So you can see the position of various switches from the front and turn the motor with your hand if you need to, all from the front without having to open the back door. Now, let's talk about the back door, because it's a pretty special topic in and of itself. You wouldn't think so, but it is. First of all, the back door has a built-in prop. So when you open it all the way, it actually latches into position. Once it's latched into position, you can examine the operation of both the control unit and the mixer motor. The mixer operates in the top of the back door. And then you have your trip bank and your various relays that handle the game-specific functions, as well as some steppers for odds or winners or your sequence unit and a magic screen game. All that stuff is on the back door. So to make it easy to work on one of these, Bally made it so that the hinges are actually not pins that go all the way through, but instead posts that the door rests on. So if you have a couple sawhorses nearby, what you can do is actually take the back door off. You have to loosen a bracket that holds a wire bundle in place, but you can lay the entire back door down and then work on it. Have the game running, even, while the door's in that position, and troubleshoot. It's fantastic. And again, you can use a chair, you can sit down, you can take your time. I've heard it's fantastic for rebuilding mixers, and I'm probably going to have to do that in my double up, though I've avoided it for several years. It needs to happen, I think. So that's how I'm going to do it. I've worked on various issues with Steve Smith on some of his games where he took the back door off, and it just made life a whole heck of a lot easier than trying to do it vertically. Now, most of the time today, because I'm so space constrained in my own game room, I do things vertically. It's not the best way to do it, but it works. So, I'm really excited to be back on my feet. And in the back of this wonderful new addition to the game room. Well, thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the bingo line. That's 724-BINGOS1. 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter, at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at nbaldridge, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.